Welcome to our podcast, Learn Biblical Greek, brought to you by Dr. William Stewart, the co-founder of Teleios. This captivating podcast teaches you biblical Greek through a verse-by-verse study of the book of Ephesians, interjecting Greek grammar, Greek word meanings, and vital theology concepts. Thanks for joining us on this exciting biblical journey. Your study will be more effective if you use the Greek text with the Bible word codes, either on the eSword download or Bible Hub website. These links are on our podcast website at www.teleiosresearch.com.
Hi, I'm William Stewart, co-founder of Teleios. Welcome back to our podcast on learning biblical Greek. We're in chapter 5 of Ephesians in the marriage section, a great section talking about the roles of wives and men, the husbands in marriage, and that our marriages reflect that of Christ in the church. It's the primary reason they exist in a theological fashion. They're the gospel. We present the gospel through our marriage to society. We're in verse 30, which is helping to explain the prior point about Christ or about men love themselves by loving their wives. So let's go to the text, have that Greek text open. Oti, which is that or because, it's undeclinable. You determine the meaning by context, and I think in this case it's because it's helping to explain the prior verse. Melos, members, now, or member, this is a little hard. There's a group of third declension neuter nouns that end in a S, O-S, E-S, A-S, ending in their root. And the root ending for melos, oddly, is es, and it changes to os in the nominative dictionary form. So what we have then is melis, third declension. So if you add the a for the plural nominative ending, you end with esa. When a sigma is surrounded by two vowels in the Greek, it elites, disappears. I don't know why. It's Greek. So it leaves you with ea. When you have ea, it contracts to an eta. That's where we get melee here. Nominative, plural, neuter. Esmond, this is to be, the third person present tense form of the verb, and plural, first person plural. We are. Two, tou, of course, is the genitive. And in this case, it would be the neuter, so it can be genitive, singular, neuter, or masculine. The noun that follows it, subtos, of course, it doesn't match. It also is the third declension because the tip-off here is that article ou does not match the os. Indeed, the root is somat, as you remember. Then you just add the pure os ending, which is the genitive, pure os genitive ending, and you get somatos, body, alpha, his, hers, its, that ou ending again, genitive, singular ending. So we are of his body because we are members of his body. Ek tis sarkos. So ek, of course, is a preposition meaning out of, because it's out of, it takes the genitive. And tis, of course, is the genitive feminine singular. Doesn't match the noun. So again, we have a third, the ending doesn't match the noun. So we have a third declension for sarx. So the root word then ends in a K, and os is added to it for the genitive singular. Alpto, again, his, ou ending, genitive singular, masculine or neuter ending. Kai, that ever-present conjunction linking two thoughts within a similar line of thinking, most common word in the New Testament. Ek, out of, again, taking the genitive, this time the plural, omega n with the article, and will match even the third declension But in this case, it is not the third declension, it's a second declension now. So osteo, meaning bone, where we get such words as osteomyelitis and medical terms. So alpha again is the genitive singular ending. So because we are members of his body, out of his flesh and out of his bones. So I think this verse is telling us that yes, men, we love our wives as Christ loves the church, because we are part of Christ. We are part of him, bone of his bones and the flesh of his flesh, basically. And so there's a unity there that as Christ, again, acts for us in the church and our unity, we have that same membership and unity with our wives, and we treat them as Christ treats us. And we are members with her as we're members of Christ. Okay, great verse, great section. We continue this wonderful passage next time. Please join me then.